a woman stranded alone to raise the babies. You used to work hard for the ladies. And press the goddess, you can't do without it. Show us respect till you give our best. So we can go on and on. We see your family get stronger, stronger. Family is our power. Together we will reign. Reprogram our mind and make our people do the same. Unify or die to die is not an option. But I die for my people so I can watch it. Black boy, fly, fly, black girl, girl fly, fly, black girl, girl fly, fly, black boy, boy fly, girl fly. You gon' fly, you gon' fly, we gon' fly. You gon' fly, you gon' fly, we gon' fly.
Okay, Dot.
Okay, for me, the video kept freezing, so I couldn't even really hear it or see it. So I don't know if that was going on with everyone else. But anyway, we're here. Hopefully I'll get a chance to see the opening video at some point, but it just kept freezing that time. Anyway, family, thank you for joining us. This is a briefing, and we say it's a briefing because it is our first session. We want to just kind of do an introduction. Next week, next Tuesday, that is, we will go a little more in depth with what we're talking about tonight. And what we're talking about tonight is the education of our children. So what do I mean by that? Well, you know, there's been a lot of conversation about education, particularly the dissatisfaction with public school systems and things of that nature, the racist teachers and the ones that just outright hate our children, needless to say. They're there for a paycheck. But the point is, after having all these conversations for decades, what are we talking about doing? Well, we've come up with some, not just what we think are possibilities, but what we know has to now happen by any and all means necessary. With that said, we're talking about educating our children ourselves. Now, we know for some, they may not be able to do that for whatever reason, be it time constraints, be it not having enough confidence to do certain things. It's okay, because we approach this in the context of a collective and in the context of a village. So that means we can pretty much design things now the way they need to be. Technology gives us that capability, and we might as well start using it to our advantage to a greater extent, because this certainly is using us by collecting all our data and manipulating our minds and other kinds of things. Well, we're smarter than the average bear, so that means we also going to figure out how to use it without it having that kind of impact, at least to the degree that they would like on us. With that said, tonight we're going to introduce to you a more innovative, creative, and I dare say less whitewashed. Let's put it that way. You know, a lot of times our children, even with good intentions, our children are getting information and I mean in terms of books that they're given, other kinds of, programming, be it TV or video or whatever, and a lot, and some of it, even though it's very good, very entertaining, and so forth, but sometimes the content might be just a little, shall we say, weak or sugar coated, and we know that with our children we have to, of course, make certain that we are conducive with their mindset or their age bracket. But at the same time, we also have to make sure that we're not giving our children and our youth the versions of stuff that really is not coming from us and is really not designed to edify or educate us. So we have to be a little more selective now about what we want our children to read, to grasp, to embrace. And it needs to come from a frame of reference that is really coming from us. We talk about our story. Well, what methodologies are we utilizing? What actual structures are we implementing? Are we duplicating the same old things in the same old ways? Well, I dare say, unfortunately, to a great degree, yes. So our job now is to bust through some of that, to create some of our own approaches. And with that said, it is our pleasure tonight to introduce to you one of those types of tools and apparatuses. So we're going to show you and talk with you briefly. And then again, next Tuesday, we'll go more in depth because this is a multi-layered kind of not only presentation, but project. One, of course, to make sure that our children, youth get the kinds of information in the way that is not just more conducive for their minds in terms of growth and development, but definitely will not lend to the stagnation of their geniusness. So we are so happy to introduce to you what is known as the Voices of the Diaspora, which is an educational series with approximately 13 volumes, and it is in ebook form, but also with not just the visuals, but also with some dynamic audio. Because we know in this day and age, our children, they think in different ways simultaneously, and we have to be smart enough to know how to approach that. So we have to also be smart enough to promote, advocate, and make sure that we advance those who are in the similar framework or mindset as we are. And when I say we, those of us who kind of get it, those of us who understand, overstand what Dr. Sizemore said when she said, some Black folks just don't get it. Well, we're not some of them. We get it. And with us getting it, we're now prepared to take real action. So tonight, very briefly, and again, we'll go more into it next week, and we hope that you will tell others. We're about now making certain that we educate our children ourselves based on our mandates, based on our objectives, goals, and from a race-first consciousness. So hold on to that thought, because we're getting ready to go on a little journey. And again, next week, we'll go more in depth. But it's my pleasure again to introduce to you one of our new, what we call Speak Truth to Power artists, authors, creators, educators, lecturer, etc. We're talking about our own brother, Knowledge Born Allah, who is in fact the originator of this series that we're introducing to you tonight, that we hope that you will support both in purchasing it, but also in spreading the word. And you can also become a partner with us in terms of how we can further make sure it's distributed. So with that said, Brother Born, come on in here.
Dr. Empress, peace and Black power.
Right.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you, brother.
Okay, look, I'm smiling. Okay, I was like, who's she talking about? All right. I thought I was giving warm introductions. I need to go back to school and get it together. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah. Thank you, Dr. Empress, for this opportunity. Honest to your listening audience and everybody who will view these archives. I am Knowledge Born Allah, host and founder of DoThaKnowledge Radio. and the author of this series that my ancestors put on my heart, my mind, and my spirit. And sometimes a swift kick in the behind, to get me together in regards to the voice of the voiceful, going from the voice of the voiceless to the voice of the voiceful, Voices of the Diaspora series, the ebook series, and the docu series. So definitely glad to be here.
All right, so family, listen, again, we're just going to do a little briefing. Just want to give you a glimpse of just so much more. But we want you to get ready. So with that said, Brother Knowledge, could you just share with us a little bit of what volume 7 looks like? Now, no, family, there's 13 volumes. And we're talking, I want you to just see for yourself and hear for yourself some of the creativity, some of the, the real time, energy, and effort that has gone into this project. Let's take a look. Volume 7.
All right.
What is this
Can we
called,
see it
brother?
on the screen?
Yep, we see it.
All right. This is Voices of Diaspora Volume 7, The Legacy of Black Educators and Scholars. So I want y'all to hear the music from the Liberation School that my brothers from United Front were doing on Saturdays and Sundays. So they had a Liberation School in New Jersey, and they were meeting with young children on the weekends. So they had the weekend school, Liberation School. They were teaching them everything, martial arts, history, all kinds of things, rites of passage programs. And they had a pledge that they said at the beginning and the end of every time that they met. And my brother said one day they came in and they, the kids were giggling around in the circle, and they said, what's going on here? They thought there was some calamity going on. And the young sister and the young brother recited the pledge from heart by heart, and they recorded it, and it's on this volume right here. So how better to hear from our next generation or inspire our next generation by utilizing our next generation themselves. These children are grown now, and they have liberation circles that they created based off of what they've undergone as a rites of passage Saturday, Sunday school. So I'm going to play that.
Hey. Teach the seeds, don't leave it to the schools. Teach the seeds, don't leave it to the fools. Or else they be lost like you, spending half their life trying to find the truth. Teach the seeds. 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 Teach the seeds.
I am the Black woman. Some know me as Queen Hatshepsut, Queen Nzinga, Harriet Tubman, and Winnie Mandela. From this day forward, I pledge my life to the liberation of my people. I will be a supportive, responsible, and loving mate. A Black man will respect me, and he sees me because I am the Black woman, the original woman, mother of civilization and nurture of the Black nation.
Teach the seeds, don't leave it to the fools. Teach the seeds, don't leave it to the schools. Or else there'll be zealots like you, spending half their life trying to find the truth. Teach the seeds, don't leave it to the schools. Teach the seeds, don't leave it to the fools. Or else they'll be lost like you, spending half their life trying to find the truth. Teach the seeds. 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 Teach the seeds.
I pledge allegiance to my Black people. I pledge to develop my mind and body to the greatest extent possible. I will learn all that I can in order to give my best to my people in their struggle for liberation.
It started, I went in this room just to check on the guys had a little allergy attack, right? And I'm sneaking in there, and I woke him up by accident. And he popped up and said, I gotta get on Uber. I said, no, you don't. He said, yes, I do. Ask mama.
You know his schedule. Like,
yeah, Tuesday Memorial. And he said, he woke up like that. I was dead asleep. Wow. Wild and congested at night. I'm all right. I'm good. I got to get on. I said, that's what we need. Yeah. That love, that energy. He loves.
I will keep myself physically fit, building a strong body free from drugs and other substances, which weaken me and make me less capable of protecting myself, my family, and my Black brothers and sisters. I will unselfishly share my knowledge and understanding with them in order to bring about change more quickly. I will discipline myself to direct my energies thoughtfully and constructively rather than wasting them in idle hatred. I will train myself never to hurt or allow others to harm my Black brothers.
Okay. We're going to go to Brother Bourne and get some closing comments. And family, listen, he's going to give you information where you can contact him. And again, next Tuesday, same time, we will go more in depth about this series, how you can also use it as a fundraiser for some work that you're doing or an organization that you're with and so forth. Brother Bourne, we're going to get ready to close this out, but let folks know how they can reach out to you.
Well, definitely. DoThaKnowledge Radio at gmail.com as it's spelled up here, DoThaKnowledgeradio at gmail. DoThaKnowledge Radio. Email me and say, oh, I heard this presentation with you and Sister Empress, and I want to get this series. So you can do that. PayPal, Cash App. Cash App is $Knowledge Won't Lie. Put your email, or PayPal.me/DoThaKnowledge Radio. And the bundle is available via PayHip as well. And I will put that link out and have it available. So you can get the bundle those 3 ways, or contact Sister Empress or Brother Lumumba, and you can get the ebook series also that way as well.
Right. And again, family, this is a Black History Month special. You can get the entire series. And it was 100, but we like 99. It just kind of stuck in our brains a little bit. But this, again, that just showed you volume number 7. And again, there's 13 volumes. So this is something that surely every family household should have, certainly every educational institution, and so forth and so on. But also keep in mind, it's independent, not depending on grants, not depending on corporate sponsoring. So for those who understand, overstand self-determination, well, here's the opportunity to act like you really know and do some things that represent Ujima, Ujamaa, and all of the principles. Let's not wait until December. Let's make sure that we're doing things and can show it, can display it, can exhibit it. Let's do that on a day-to-day basis. This is an excellent start. I'm sure some of you already are doing it, but certainly our children, wow. This definitely is one of the tools for today. All right, family, we're going to close this out. Again, we will resume next Tuesday, same time. We'll go more in depth with volumes, but also breaking some other things down to you in terms of why this series is so important in this day and age and why we must support it. If we don't support we're not hearing you. Okay. Okay, well, we were trying to get some closing comments.
Yeah, it had it broke up on my end for just a little second. I heard you say if we don't support it, and then they didn't want to support my audio over here at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? So, thank you for the opportunity. Looking forward to next week. Anybody with any questions or comments, they could get with me directly or get with you, and we'll get them answered. I want to thank everybody for their time, and we will start Ethereal Journey here shortly. So we'll see everybody here shortly. Peace and blessings.